Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kris, and this is It Worth It, y'all? Today we're going to go over real quick making sides for gift giving and large amounts of people. The first side we're going to work with is Au Gratin Potatoes, homemade. So watch what we do to prepare these potatoes and take you through the process. First, we use our mandolin and slice the potatoes really thin into water so they don't turn brown. Once you have all of your potatoes sliced, the next thing we want to do is get that starch off. So see how cloudy that water is? We're going to drain that water. We're going to add new water and rinse one more time. Now look at the color of that water, y'all. Just one rinsing of those potatoes, and look how already pretty clear that is. We may not even have to do that again. It's amazing how much starch you get off of these potatoes once you just run them through some water one time. So we're going to make two different versions of au gratin potatoes. We're going to give one away, and we're going to keep one for us for dinner. And I'm going to just do a little bit of spray. Nothing crazy. Just so, not that we're not going to throw these away or nothing, but it's just easier to get stuff out. And then we're going to start layering and working with our cheese and basically it's a bechamel sauce. So be right back. All right, so we're going to start our bechamel sauce. We're going to start with a 1/4 cup of butter, which is one entire stick. That's 8 tablespoons. So we're going to melt that down a little bit. Once that gets melted, we're going to add some flour. We're going to create a roux. All right, now that the butter's melted, we're going to add equal part flour to create our roux. You are going to stir continuously. This is where we start to make the roux. And this is going to be our thickening agent for our bechamel sauce with some cheese. So and yeah, you do need to stir like mad. And you'll see that it thickens up. And the flour and the butter start to mix. I'm just going to keep stirring for a little bit till we cook the flour taste out of the flour. All right, so after about a minute or so of cooking the flour, that way it just doesn't have that weird flour taste, we're going to start adding milk to the pot so we can start creating that bechamel sauce. And it's going to look weird and it's going to get lumpy and weird. That's why you just got to keep stirring. You want to pour it in real slow. Get it to a spot where then you can start incorporating it all the way. We're doing it this way and real slow and steady. That way we don't have any lumps in our gravy. See there, it's starting to change again. It's thickening up. Now we can start adding more milk. There you go. Starting to look good. There we go. That's good. We keep stirring. Now what's cool about gravy, and this is for any gravy, so this is your pro tip today. What's cool about gravy is once gravy boils, that's going to be as thick as it's ever going to be. So when you bring a bechamel sauce or a country gravy or a brown gravy to a boil, that's as thick as it'll ever be. So what we're doing now is we are adding milk, letting it thicken up, make sure we don't have lumps. If we bring it to a boil and it's too thick, add more milk, and you just keep doing that until we have it the consistency that we want. At this point, we're going to sprinkle in a touch of salt. That butter was salted, but we just need a little bit more. Now, while we're working on that bechamel sauce, I'm going to sit here and grate this cheese because we're going to add this at the end and melt this all in because we're making the au gratin potatoes. And it's going to have cheddar cheese in it. Since we don't have enough cheddar cheese, we're going to supplement with some cream cheese too. So this ought to be really nice and yummy. All right, we have the thickness that we like. We're going to cut the heat off and show you real quick that when it comes to a boil, it's as thick as it's going to be. So when you dip this whisk in, and you can kind of see the marks, that's where you want it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add cheddar cheese and some cream cheese and bulk this up. So we're going to add, I'd say that's probably like a cup of shredded cheese. And that's shredded cheddar that we shredded ourselves. We're going to add that in. And then we're also going to add in an entire block of cream cheese. Well, that cheese is the Newfoundland cheese. However you say that. I don't know how to say that. So we're going to add that. Make sure we get all that cheddar in. And it's going to be oh so good. Then we'll start layering up. Yep. So now the game plan is to add a layer of potatoes. Then we're going to lightly add a layer of sauce. And the reason why we do this is just because in case the sauce doesn't make it all the way down, we want to make sure we get the little nooks and crannies all filled up. So that, I mean, that looks good. So then the next thing we're going to do is another layer, another ladle, another layer, another ladle. You do not need to be that meticulous.
We apparently picked the wrong person to be
the layer
chef on this one.
The person that layers the potatoes. That's all right, I'll speed it up. It'll look like you go really fast. All right, so we went ahead and put some black pepper on the top of this. We didn't want to go all the way through because we're not sure how this is going to be given away. So we just want to make sure we didn't pepper it too much. They can add pepper if they like. So now Colby Jack's going on the top. So now we got 3 different kinds of cheeses in here. That kind of cheese, I can't say that. Cheddar and Colby Jack. So this should be like thebomb.com. So we're going to cover this with a lid. It's going to bake between an hour and a half. And then it'll be ready to be delivered to a awesome family. If that ain't pretty, I don't know what is. Next thing on the list is we are going to make corn and green beans, and we're just going to take canned goods and kind of dress them up. Need to break this. I don't want it to be too loud. So we're going to go, let's do corn first. How are we doing? Oh yeah, can you see? Oh yeah, you can see there. So we're going to divide this number 10 can up into 2 versions. I'll probably use some of the juice from these, but we're going to divide this up this way first. So what we're going to add to the corn is bell pepper and onion, because we're going to just jazz it up a little bit so it's just not plain old corn with some butter. So we like to pre-chop our bell pepper and onion. I think my onion's coming back in the house right now. It is. Put a little bit of onion in there. Go another layer of corn. How y'all doing? Can you still see? Yeah, you can still see. Now, obviously, this is way more than what each family is going to need, but we will have leftovers. Or they can bag it up and freeze it for later. pretty close, y'all. Let's see. There we go. I'll do another layer of bell pepper. Love me some bell pepper. I'll tell you what, one of the hacks that we love is pre-chopping onions and bell peppers and freezing them. Tell you what, it's been amazing as far as food prep goes. Yeah, we're getting down to the bottom of the can, y'all. Should be just right. Well, now that's good to know. A number 10 can fills up 2/3 hotel pan. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to add any of this juice because those onions and those bell peppers will release a lot. All right. Now, we are going to, yes, you guessed it, stick butter in each one, because, I mean, you're not cooking unless you stick butter in something. Then we're going to put foil on these. Going to add a little bit of pepper. Oh, my hands are greasy. Hold on. There we go. And like I said, we're not going to salt and pepper these too crazy because we're going to let the family season as they go. Because I know our preferences on salt and pepper are different than others. So we're just going to do a little bit. Put some foil on them. Stick them in the oven. Next, we're going to do our green beans. So for the green beans, we're going to do a little bit different. We are going to add some green beans. I do not like to add bell pepper to my green beans. So what we're going to add to the green beans instead is bacon bits. I think the pork fat in the bacon with the green beans is just a wonderful flavor. Okay, do not put the little moisture packet thing in there. All right. Do some onion. I'll throw that onion in the other pan. We're going to top this off with more green beans. Now, I may come in with some juice on this one just because we don't have the bell pepper releasing. And yep, another thing of butter. Because, I mean, why not? Butter's better. A little bit of pepper again, just because we don't know their taste levels. A little bit of salt. That's going to get foil going in the oven. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and watching us put together some sides for a wonderful family. Please like and comment on this video if you like this type of video, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.